Hi there and welcome to another Hero Arts video. It's Sharon here today and I'm going to show you how to create this art journal page using paint, stamps, and stencils. The stamp that I've used on this page is the Music Star stamp and it's featured in the Handmade for Christmas catalog. I also used the typewriter letters set, and this is one of my favorite stamp sets to use for art journaling. It's great to spell out sentiments, quotes, or whatever you want to write in your art journal. To start the page, I'm just applying a little bit of gesso and I'm scraping it onto the paper with a old hotel room key. You can use an old credit card or a palette knife. And the art journal that I'm using is the Small Dilutions Journal by Ranger. I really like this size. I think as a card maker it's just really comfortable for me to use. To create the background for my page, I'm going to use some Dina Wakley paint that is also by Ranger. I've just picked a few colors that I really like, and I'm going to start by applying some of the turquoise paint to the page. Once I'm done, I'm going to add some lime paint in, and I'm going to use my brush to kind of blend them together so it looks a little more smooth. Now I'm going to add a couple more layers to my background by taking a stencil and then rubbing a baby wipe while the paint is still kind of wet. And you'll see that it rubs away the paint and just gives the page an added layer of dimension. Once that's done, I'm going to take another stencil. I'm going to use the Bubble Confetti stencil. I'm just going to add another color. In this case, I'm going to add some magenta just to give the page a pop of pink. Something I didn't mention before is when I'm using my paints with stencils, I always make sure that my brush is dry so the paint is not runny and it doesn't bleed underneath the stencil onto my page. Now that I've added the dots, I want to just make a placeholder for my stars. And what I've done is, if you can see this little shiny piece, is I've cut a mask out of some Tim Holtz mask paper with the Stylish Stars stencil. And what I'm doing is just painting around the mask with some night paint, which is really similar to black. It's like a very dark blue. And I'm going to do this in a couple of places and just add a pop of color to my page. So for the stars, I've used the Stylish Stars dies, and these cut the Music Star perfectly. The other sizes in there also cut some of the other Hero Arts star stamps. I've already gone ahead and cut them in cardstock and also in tissue paper. And we're just going to use some Ranger Matte Medium right now to apply them to the page. For the next step, I'm going to use the typewriter letter set, and I'm going to stamp out my sentiment. Once the sentiment is stamped, I'm going to give these strips a spritz with the silver shimmer spray, and then I'm going to cut out my words. Once the words are cut out, I'm going to go around the edges of them with an ultra pink dauber, and once that's done, we're ready to glue the words onto the page. And just like we did with the stars, I'm using the matte medium from Ranger to glue my words where I want them. Good tip to do is, if you're not sure where you want to place the words, to just lay them out on your journal page and then glue them back down one by one. And here's the completed page. For more information, go to the Hero Arts blog, and thanks so much for watching.